Hey, hello, how are you? I hope you're well. So, this episode, this video is the truth that set adoptees free. So, yeah, the truth, the truth. We're desperate for it, aren't we? I mean, uncertainty and lies, they don't sit well with anybody. They don't sit, but particularly when it comes to us adoptees. when when the uncertainty that we have, when maybe the lies that we've been told are actually about who we are, our identity, who we are, at our essence, our roots, our origin story. When we don't know, not knowing, we just not knowing is so painful. And we'll do anything, won't we? We'll do anything to either cover up that pain, or to obliterate the pain through finding the truth. So the moment that comes back to me in this is 6 years ago. I was in a therapist chair, and I had the therapist asked me a question about my birth mother, and specifically my search for my birth mother, and why I paused that search. And this picture came into my head of my birth mother being the outside the therapy room, and um, and I don't remember the next bit of the picture, but I do remember a visceral feeling that ran over me. So I actually froze. I froze in terror, and then from the frozen terror, I went red hot into rage, and I just thought, I'm not gonna let this fear stop me. I'm not gonna let this fear hold me back. I don't want to be afraid of being afraid anymore. And so I resumed the search, and I found the truth. I found the truth. I found the truth of the circumstances that led to me being adopted. And I have to say, it was really, really freeing, especially this letter that I read from my birth mother. And it wasn't a letter to me; it was a letter to the social worker and the adoption agency. And it was all about this teddy bear that she'd given me, to have something from her. And uh, I felt her separation. Sorry, I felt the separation between me and her dissolve. So I felt, as the tears ran down my face, the red hot tears as I read this letter, they melted my anger towards her. And I have to say, it's 40 seconds. It's just 40, two bouts of about 20 seconds each of anger towards my birth mother, and the most intense feeling that I've ever had in terms of being feeling unloved. Because those are the questions. That's what we're curious about. What was wrong with me? Why was I given up? Why didn't she love me enough? Surely a mother's love for her child should trump everything else. That's the thing that's running through our heads and our hearts. So the truth sets us free when we get to the truth and we get our answers. Or does it? Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does set adoptees free. Sometimes it doesn't, because we don't get the answers we need, or the truth is, tricky. There's a bigger truth to what sets us free, though, because underneath all that, underneath all those questions, underneath all those thoughts, underneath all those feelings, underneath the insecurity, underneath the fear of not being good enough, underneath the terror about being rejected again, underneath all that, as we mine through, as we unpick, as we chisel away, as we get to the heart of who we are, underneath our feelings, underneath our thoughts, the truth of who we are, the ghost in the machine, the chi, the life force, underneath that's the essence of us. Where I use this phrase quite a lot, this quote: "We're spiritual beings having a human experience." So we're, I speak for myself there. I was so identified. I was so lost in the drama. I was so lost in the thoughts of not being good enough, not feeling good enough, feeling of insecurity, especially when it came to other things. It wasn't just adoption related, a lot of stuff to do with business, right? So underneath those feelings, underneath those thoughts is the essence of who we are, the spiritual bit that never changes, because these feelings, however bad they are, they come and go. We don't feel insecure every second of the day. The feelings come and go. They're transitory. They don't last forever. They may have been. It may seem like they've been forever in our hearts, but there are moments, aren't there? There are moments when maybe, so for me, like when nature takes my breath away, or when I go to sleep each night and I feel the efforts of the day recede, and I snuggle up into the cozy quilt, and there's nothing on my mind. That nothing on my mind, that peace, that tranquility, that contentedness, that absence of thought, that absence of feelings. That's who we truly are. That is the truth of our identity. So we may not get our answers that we want in our reunion search. We may not get the reunion that we want. We may get it. Who knows? Who knows? But if we're waiting for a happy reunion so that we can be happily ever after, then we're falling for a Disneyland tale, and we're delaying our own peace. This is what I did for a long time. I delayed my own peace. I put my happiness on hold until I had answers. And every great feeling that I ever wanted, this is from a mentor of mine, Richard Wilkins, Minister of Inspiration. Check him out. He's a great guy. Nothing to do with adoption. Ex-millionaire turned happy person. It says on his Facebook profile. So every feeling, what we have in our chest is a treasure chest, and every great feeling that we've ever wanted is there within us, and it's the truth of who we really are. We just innocently, so innocently, putting off that piece, because we've got this belief, we've swallowed this belief. And again, this is me talking, right? I swallowed the belief that I'll be happy when I put my happiness on hold. And we don't need to do that, because it's right in us right now. And recently I've realized that I've still been doing this at some level. I've been waiting for my audience to grow. I think we had 31,000 downloads of podcasts so far. I don't think actually I know, we're 31,972, something like that. We're nearly 32,000. But I've been thinking I need I need to get that. I need to get that impact higher. And then I thought of some other stuff that I used to do, and it impacts far huger than that in a completely different area, completely different scope of my past publishing business. I went 20. We're doing 20 million downloads a year, but it didn't. It didn't make me happy. It didn't, because I was always wanting for more. I was separating myself from the yeah. I thought I had to be better. I thought I had to do better. I thought I had to achieve more before I could be happy. So yeah, the truth that set us free. You are not the voice in your head. You're the one that hears that voice. That voice in your head, that outer critic turned inner bully, tells lies. And we listen to those lies. That the voice in our head sounds like us. It's got our voice, so we think it is us, but it's not. It's our conditioning. It's the stuff that we picked up along the way. It's the human experience part rather than the spiritual essence or blank slate. So if this has helped you in any way, I'm doing a free Zoom webinar, 3rd of January, the day before my 56th birthday, 4th of January. And check it out. It's about whole. It's what I've learned about healing my primal wound. Check it out on Eventbrite, free event. Check out the link underneath, or email me, simon@thrivingadoptees.com. And I'll see you again very soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.